What's up, guys? It's your boy. GRC. How is everybody doing today? What a wild morning I've had. I've been up since 4:30 in the morning, and I've been drinking caffeinated beverages, and I've been staring at LED. Okay? And I've been making fires outside. But, guys, we have a couple things on the menu today. And I'm going to say them real quick because a lot of these are breaking news. There's some breaking news situations going on here. First, what am I going to do? I'm going to force you to share this content, okay? I need you to share this content for me. And if you don't like it, then Sam will see you at PulseCon. Literally, he will see you at PulseCon, and he'll get beefy on you. Sam's weird. He'll get right in your face. And he's very territorial about Gym Rat. When my feelings get hurt, it's his nature to attack. So remember, share this link out. He's 6'2", 200, probably 39 to 42 pounds right now. Absolute like 9%, 7% body fat. He's looking feathery lately. So share that out, guys. I appreciate you so much. We have a lot of things going on. Let me spit through them real quick. Everyone's stealing your money. Okay, let's move on because that's all that's happening here. And what do we know? Why is this occurring? What did Richard Hart tell us or tell me or I listened to? For many, many months last year when this wasn't really important. Sam, remember, when he was saying this stuff, Sell was mooning. So think about that, Sam. He said to guys like me, the audience, whoever was listening, I don't think this is a good investment while it was mooning because he actually had the insight. He actually could see that there was just a little bridgey poo, Sam. Remember those little bridgey poos we always talk about? Me and Sam try to stay away from little bridgey poos because what happens when people run to the door? It's not a fire drill. Nobody gives you the heads up. It's not like Mashinsky's dialing you, sending you a letter a week before saying, hey, we're coming into turmoil. No, you're going to be the last one to know. You will be the last one to know after your funds are locked into hodl mode. Okay? It's ridiculous. It's illegal. And frankly, there is going to be some sort of a legislation shit going on because these guys are reckless, and they lie to your face. It's disgusting. Binance halting transactions, USDT. What? Goblin Town. I'm coming for you. Me and Sam grew up in Goblin Town. We don't care. We feel at home. We feel like everything's coming together when everything's being ripped apart, and I love it, guys. DeFi Proof, the greatest DeFi rapper in the history of the universe. Crypto in the morning.
You already know what time it is. Crypto in the morning. Crypto in the morning. Crypto in the morning. Waiting on phone. Crypto in the morning. 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 Waiting on phone. Crypto in the morning. Crypto in the morning. Smoking a blunt on my way to the gym. 11 a.m. and I'm already tuned in. Got me some hacks and I'm making a stake. Got me some heads on, I'm making it rain. Pay me some maxi and that's just in case. Jim Reddit sent me to show you the way. Crypto in the morning. 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 Crypto in the morning.
I'm still rocking to that dope ass beats. This morning's gonna be fire. We have absolute chaos. We have Max Pain.
Chaos. No, not yet. Not yet.
About to happen with everything that is taking place. We've got Coinbase news. We've got Crypto.com news. We've got Gemini, BlockFi, Celsius, Binance. Like, what is taking place right now?
What's the similarity between all the things that are maybe having? I'm not talking about price action trouble, technical trouble.
Centralization.
Exactly. And we're not talking
Centralization.
about centralization as far as who owns the bag. We're talking about centralization as who controls the bag. Who controls the bag? Why don't they have these big fat bridges? I wonder why.
Celsius, USDT, Coinbase, Crypto.com, Gemini, BlockFi. What do they all have in common? Central. Whoa. I was just regurgitating on myself, almost vomited on the
Alex
mic.
sent a little spirit to you. Who's watching? Trying to get you to croak.
This morning I'm watching. I did a video on Celsius, a deep dive later today. If you guys want to check it out when it comes out,
pending or is it out later?
It'll be out later today. It will be out probably about an hour after this releases. After we finish off of this.
Sam, can I mention one thing real quick? I think we might have to do double trouble today.
Boom.
Sam, I think there's too much news. We might have to come on again later.
I wouldn't be opposed to coming out later today
for an hour,
or definitely if not today, potentially because she leaves tomorrow morning. So if not today, I can definitely do a double tomorrow and probably Thursday.
Either way, Sam, just be in my text messages. I'm going to be in yours. I'm going to be sending you what I find right away. So like, just know, like, I need, because sometimes we just don't text for a while, but like right now, like, I mean, like cryptos are crashing, so we got to up our communication too. For me too, that's like reminding myself too.
This morning. Bitcoin hit 21,900 and change.
I was up live when that big fat red candle, and I was staring at the hourly chart when the candle popped. That's how locked in GRC is. It was 4:30 in the morning. I'm pretty sure, like 4 o'clock.
Oh wow! It actually came down to 20,900.
Yeah, and I was like texting my dad, like, dude, you have to get ready because if you're not going to buy Hex, like, I was like, bro. And he was like, oh, me and my coworker want to buy and stuff. I think we're ready for Bitcoin or whatever. And I was like, I don't give a fuck, dude. Just get your shit ready. Like, they all want to philosophical fucking fize it. I'm like, get your fucking credit card out and learn about it later, you dingleberry. Like, you missed the first 6.9 million X. Nice haircut.
I'm going to shave. I was thinking about shaving.
I think your hair looks really good like that.
I was thinking about chopping this down and just shaving it.
Sketchy, bro. I would be fucking sketched of seeing it, bro.
You don't want to
you don't
want
to in an alleyway.
Let's say hi to some of these people in the chat here because these guys are awesome.
Real quick, guys, while we're going, 62 live right now, guys. Please share this out, smash the like. We're gonna get into it. We're just waiting for some people to get in. Me and Sam are very excited this morning. Hex Hog, great to see you. First one in the house. Cryptomance PLS. What's up? Chad Donner Swans, Win Manic in Morning Monologue. Today was pretty manic.
I love Chad. I love Chad's name, Chad Donner Swans.
Donner Swans. I'm pretty sure that is just a like Chad name that he like made up. I would assume that's not his real name. Breaking news: PLS launch 2030. Yes. Me and Sam will be like giddy as a schoolgirl, probably 2029 December. Like, everyone sold. We're ready. Like, you know what I mean? Michelle, Crypto Gains Club, smoking a B on my way to the S. Hex is on the way to the stream. Hex is the best. It is not a dream. Hex in the morning. Crypto Gains Club. Hex is not a joke. I'm earning trustless yield with no middlemen as we speak, Sam. When stuff like this is going on, Sam, that punches harder, doesn't it?
Yes.
When everything's going up, it doesn't punch as hard. No, correct.
And especially with just utter like chaos happening around us and crypto collapsing all around us. This is a glorious time. Like, I'm positive as F. Like, this is dope. I'm looking forward to all this. Dixon.
Biceps in the chat if you want Dixon Piper to schedule an episode with us. Biceps in the chat. He is awesome. His show is awesome, or his streams are awesome, and he is super smart. Holy smokes. Supra physiologically dopaminergic this morning. I could concur with that. Yes.
The gym.
Hold on for dear life mode. The memes in that alone. I want this show to blow up in Goblin Town. I want it to be like only the guys that are just like rock solid on the outside. They don't feel these emotional things. They just move on and they dominate every day, because what else can you do? Hex Hog, Stolt, S7, Joshua. Oh, wrong channel. Guys, what's up? MWS SR25. Get it? Okay. Hell yeah. Flat Earth Underground. Great to see you. Torin, Sonic Pulse. Great to see you, Bullish, producer Bullish in the background, really helping us out this morning with all the up-to-date news. Seriously, like he's better than Jamie from Rogan. And I
just gonna lay it out there.
I'll just lay that out, Rogan, if you're watching. That's actually, I should not be telling Rogan that. He'll probably hire him. Shout out to the worst damn crypto show, period. Frosty and Wales dropped some crazy alpha last night. Check it out. Yep, I got invited to that stream, and no, I was not conscious. So I was asleep. I really do wish I could go back and watch some of those. So maybe I will on that one since you recommended it. Dixon Piper, chart master, is fire. Get him on the show. Yes, he is. Okay, Sam, let's talk for a sec. First, Bullish, if you don't mind, or Sam, you want to pull up a chart real quick so we can look at it?
Yes. Which one do we want to look at first?
Because you want to look at the sell chart real quick, or we could look at the sell chart.
Let's take a look at this. There's a little bit of an echo. Is that on your side?
I don't hear it. Do you hear it? Bullish?
I think it's gone now. It's gone now. So I don't know where it was coming, but it is gone. So perfect. Okay. BTC this morning. Holy shit, right? Holy shit. Remember this because we're going to get into this when we get into Celsius. We've got under 21,000 Bitcoin. Under 21,000 Bitcoin. We know because he's been open about this. Michael Saylor has to provide more capital.
Is it MicroStrategy that provides the capital?
Well, he probably has several different entities structured underneath that, so he's got to come up with more capital.
So he just needs funds, like from all his shit.
But that's also what's happening with Celsius. Celsius is a lending protocol. They take your money. They take your money.
Celsius is a protocol. Michael Saylor's an investor.
No, I know, but they can still get fucked up.
I know you're not supposed. I feel like Michael Saylor can do whatever he wants, right? He's just investing, but like Celsius has some sort of moral obligation to like not lie to people. I believe. Does
anybody know? Right, we would like that's how you and I would handle this. If we're fucking shit up, I'm be like, hey guys, I'm fucking shit up. I'm like all of my time, 24 hours a day. And if you're gonna do it,
at least be in the sidelines and like just not be an internet dude and like pretend like you're not hurting people. He's on the internet every day. His face. He's on every show.
Alex Mashinsky?
Yeah, he's always weighing in. And he's always telling people to buy Celsius.
Well, so let's pull up Celsius because if you look at the weekly chart on them,
I sold Celsius at $8.
It was a peak, I think. It was a peak.
It's 40 cents right now. I sold it at $8. But I got racked on the whatever I sold it for.
On the week, we went from 70 cents to 40 cents, so around a 50%.
But on the day, we're up 73%.
Yes,
or 34% on the daily. I guess it says there.
Anybody in the comments? Let me know. Let us know. Is Celsius still gatekeeping? Is Celsius still not allowing you to take withdrawals out? Because think about this. This is super interesting. Well, we'll get into it in a second, so you'll just have to wait for that one. But that's what we call a hook, right? We're just going to hook that in there so you stay till later in the show. But let's talk about the Binance thing. Binance, for a period of time, limited trading or withdrawals in USDT. Why did they do that? Why did Binance limit the withdrawals in USDT? I don't know. I actually just learned about it this morning right before.
I have ideas of why I would think so. Just the stability in general. They think there's a collapse coming. They're fucking scared. Like they don't want to be Mashinsky'd. Like they want to run. They want to do anything they can to at least not completely lose because they're going to lose most of it. And they know that. Sam, we're a spade here. We're going down. If you think Hex couldn't go down more, and I'm not saying Hex couldn't hold at 3.5 cents. It could. Maybe, but Sam, another theory that I have, just quick side tangent, Hex so much lighter, so much easier to move, so much lower liquidity, right? So maybe the downward pressure just happened a little bit more immediately. And maybe it'll, like, as Bitcoin kind of goes down, maybe like Hex kind of already did that major pin because it's so light. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's such an asset that moves so much faster. So in my mind, it's like, I think, and this is a hot take by me, and it's kind of contrarian. I think we could potentially hold at 3.1. Potentially. I think there's a lot of support there.
For Hex?
Yeah.
Yeah, because we've seen already what is it, like 2.8 cents? 2.8 cents is approximately a 95% drop from 56 cents in hex. So I mean that's a 95% drop. 95% is a lot, right? That's a lot. Not saying
What's
it can come lower
99% from the top?
from 56 cents. So
Yeah,
let's see here.
that'd be 1.7.
0.005. Oh, if we got down to a 99%, that would be glorious.
Is that 5 cents? What is that? Half a
Point
cent?
half of 1 cent. Yep.
So that would be like as low
It would
as I
be
can imagine.
That would be 0.0056, right? That would be fantastical if you put in, let's see, if you put in $100 divided by 0.0056, $100 gets you almost 18. $100 almost gets you a T-shirt, bro.
So a thing I want to address real quick. Let me address the comments real quick. There's a couple good comments.
Do it up.
So we have Rolando, who's a Bitcoin guy. Great to see you in here, by the way. And Dom, also great to see you in here. I don't think I've seen your name in here unless you switched up your name. So you accept the terms of use when you register, give them all your rights, and you can't do S. Yes, I totally understand that. But what my point is, Bullish's point is, Sam's point is that people are undereducated and they're told that they should trust these people. They're told not to read the 7 pages of terms of service. Who the fuck reads that? No one. This is about practical application. As long as, like, yeah, what me and Sam do is not always going to be the same as what everyone else does. I'm trying to protect some peoples too. Like, not everyone should be working all day and then go online and get wrecked by Alex Mashinsky with their life savings. Like, that's not the way that it should go. He should be way more transparent. Binance stops people from withdrawing all the time. Middlemen, yep, we know. We're talking Binance just does whatever. They just have a guy in there. He could just type it up, baby. Like, an address suspected to be Celsius borrowed 278 million DAI in the Maker protocol by staking 17,919 WBTC, making it the largest personal debt position. Sam, can you kind of explain what he just said there?
Yes. So I have a different address that came from a cryptopotato.com. And actually, I can share this with you. They go on to say that Celsius will take people's money. Here we go. This is where the address came from. What's going on with Celsius Network and why is it huge risk for crypto? This is opinion, right, from this dude here. So there is an address that he leaves in this article, or mentions in this article right here, where he goes on to say Celsius takes people's deposits because they're acting effectively like a bank. And they take wrapped BTC in this position here, if it ever loads, and they borrow against it. I've done several videos on this on the channel, if you guys care to check them out, around the risks in borrowing in crypto. If you have, they added liquidity. It looks like they added liquidity to this position, or the liquidation price has actually changed. Okay, so
which means what?
Which means that it has to drop from 22,000 roughly down to 15,000 before this position gets liquidated.
So that means they just added funds, giving it a little more cushion.
Yeah. So
that's interesting. I wonder where they get the funds. That's the whole thing, though, Sam. It's like
by stopping people from withdrawing. Right?
That's
Celsius is going through a liquidity like struggles because on the one hand, right, you see people in crypto. You see people in crypto who are paying attention, they see this thing that is centralized. They understand that you could have a double squeeze on this, right? You have people withdrawing their funds from the Celsius protocol. That's draining their cash, while at the same time you take positions like this. This is $500 million of wrapped BTC. $500 million of wrapped BTC means, and then you borrow against it, that means you're holding volatility risk because you're using collateral that is volatile. So when you have the volatility risk here, and if you believe that like Bitcoin could come down to $11,000, like this could be dumped on the market. This could be the catalyst, right? That gets everything just absolutely wrecked. Like
Yep.
if you were like, hey, I think it's about time to move my shit into USDT or USDC. I think you did, right?
And a lot of people did that.
Right? Because this is dangerous. And there's people out there that will purposely. So here, just walk through this mental scenario with me.
Okay.
Celsius. I see Michael Saylor, right? I'm like, oh, fuck this dude. I don't like this dude, right? So I take my cash, put it into Celsius, borrow against it to short BTC. Because with Celsius, you can short things. What is shorting? Well, shorting, you make money when the price goes down. So say, for example, BTC is $22,000. So I go to Celsius with 50 million and I'd say I borrow 25 million BTC in return. So I put USDC 50 in, I take 25 million of wrapped Bitcoin out. Now I take this at $22,000. Now I take this $22,000 of wrapped Bitcoin and I dump that on the market. What does that do? Drives the price down, right? Drives the price down. So if the price goes down and if Michael Saylor has to have a liquidation of any sort, he'll probably just add capital. He said that he has capital to add. I don't know how much capital he wants to add, but he has capital available to add to this. So if somebody's able to drive the price down enough and maybe take 100 grand of that 25 million and pay influencers, maybe 200 grand, right? Pay influencers, pay people who write articles to put FUD out around BTC so that they can drive the price down that would cause a liquidation for Michael Saylor. If Michael Saylor has to sell his Bitcoin, that's going to drive the price down. And then we just look at Celsius. They have a leveraged position of other people's money. And if that happens, Celsius is going bye-bye. Like I don't see how this could not happen. I still think the meat, the dead time.
That's a lot. Can you do hold on? Nago said, can you do a video, the benefit of T-shares for noobs, like earning passive income without selling Hex plus delayed gratification? Yes, I can. We can do an updated video on that at some time. And Sam, I think a really clean one would be good for you too, like just an independent video, just like on Hex, just breaking it down. But we have covered that ad nauseum.
Yes. It's just like getting rental property that pays you every month. It's
the first probably 15 videos were centered mostly while me and Sam were learning full-fledged everything. And Sam, it took Sam a minute because he just got in. Like, and come on,
Hex a lot of questions.
The DeFi nuance is just thick because you have to get to this point where you're just like, okay, I see people now. It's clear as day to you, but like, when is Saylor getting liquidated? Depends when he adds to his position.
Yeah, so he has to at 21,000. He said publicly that he doesn't just get liquidated. Richard Hart says, "Oh, you're going to get liquidated."
Yeah,
That's not how
he
it
was
fucking
also
works.
just in a pod.
Yeah, correct, 100%. He just has to add capital to that. So at some point, he can decide to stop adding capital, which means that he didn't have to sell. There's probably some terms with the bank or entity that he did his business with that says something where he has to over collateralize it by a certain amount, but it would be around 21,000. So if he had to sell any of his BTC, right? So I borrow 50 million of BTC, just dump on the market, right? Driving the price down. Then Michael Saylor, if that triggers where he doesn't want to add more capital and he has to sell, that dumps more on the market, right? Then if that's enough pressure on the market, plus remember, layer on top of this people who are like, oh shit, they see what's going on. They see Coinbase laying off people, the Crypto.com laying off people, Gemini laying off people, BlockFi laying off people. They see all these things taking place, all of this happening at once. And they decide, hey, I think Bitcoin can go down further. I don't want to hold Bitcoin because it's going to go down further, like GRC, switching some of his portfolio over to cash, right, USDC. So what he does, what some of those people do, like GRC, there's plenty of other people out there who are doing this. They're going to sell the Bitcoin to actually purchase USDC. Leave it in crypto, but just hold something that's going to maintain, hopefully, its value, assuming USDC stays around, hold their value. So you have this layered on top of somebody shorting them and Michael Saylor potentially having to put up more capital or sell. And then Celsius has leveraged positions in there too. This could be a very ugly time for a lot of, what's
people that
taking
weren't
place.
prepared, and no one was prepared except for a very small amount of humans like myself and like everyone that follows Richard intimately, everyone that follows Bitcoin intimately probably had a pretty good idea once the top was in that we were going to Goblin Town. And this was a year ago. We all knew this. This was my first TikTok video ever. My first TikTok video ever was like, sell your Bitcoin. It's like you know what I mean? And people were like, you're an idiot. Like 100 comments, you know what I mean? It was fun though. Let's pull up this video real quick. And I want your take on this after done. It's his take on Mashinsky. So
We also might have another
I think
deep
he's
pegging.
smart. I think he has built successful companies before, and I think he wants to take your private keys from you. So I like that he's smart, and I like that he speaks a lot of things that are true, but I don't like that he wants to take your private keys from you, because it's the opposite of why cryptocurrency was invented. The opposite. I can't be more clear. And I mean, to some degree, we have competing products. So he built something that pays you single-digit yield. I built something that pays you 999999999999999. Like, I mean, the number of percent yield that you get in Hex is on average 37% before USD appreciation, which was 385,000%. So yeah, with Hex, you get to keep your keys. With Celsius, you don't. With Hex, the gains are thousands of times higher than Celsius as well. So why would you try to pick up pennies in front of freight trains? Why would you do that? So try not to savage them or anything, because I'm trying not to just alienate extra communities with extra truth. But in this case, man, I'm telling you, if you have money in Celsius, pull it. If you have money in BlockFi, pull it. Or when you never get your money back, don't be surprised. Oh, they got a court order. You just don't get your money. Oh, they lost the keys. You don't get your money. This, like, how many times do you need to see this happen? So he's a smart guy. He's built successful businesses before, but I'm in crypto to empower you, not a company.
When was that video done? Hold on, you're muted.
August 12th, 2021. Dude, come on. He was crushing it. And that was when Cell was pumped. People were effing with Cell heavy. The price chart looked great. And he knew. He just knew. That's when I always go back to this nuance, understanding who do I pay attention to? People that actually pay attention. And how do I identify that? By paying attention to the words that come out of their mouth and then actually thinking about what they said last year, not just forgetting everything that happened like everyone else. Like my parents could get spit on by 10 kids with COVID now, and they would go to the elementary school after, where before I wasn't even allowed to see my grandmother. That's because they have this automatic forgetter, because it hurts them to understand the truth. It hurts them physically. So and it's not their fault. It's not anyone's fault. It's the way that the media has kind of shaped us. But what did me and Sam do? We've isolated ourselves 100% from the media. Me and Sam do not watch anything, period. I don't even know how to watch something at this point. Before I used to watch sports. That's all I watched. Ever since I started this show, I have not watched sports for one day.
Hell yeah, bro. That's
Other than
dope.
UFC late at night. That's true. I do, but that's free, and Bullish pulls it up in the Discord. I haven't even joined them yet. I love UFC. Okay. But anyway, that's late in the nights. Okay. But anyway, so here I have another video. What do you think about RH real quick? That statement, August 12th, 2021. Again, like, because you weren't around, and I was paying attention to it around at that point.
I think that, I mean, spitting the truth is like always a always a good thing to do, because then you can pull that up in 2 years or a year later and just be like, yeah, the fuckers, I was telling you this shit before. And when you have to give up your private keys, or like you have to give access to protocol, if you are giving access to like a protocol that could be hacked, right? Say something like Uniswap, right? If you're providing liquidity, that's one thing, because there's not like, it's not like Celsius where you have it's being run as a bank where they're going to limit what you do in and out of the protocol and everything like that. And I think that paying attention to that stuff and putting it out there is a very good move for your PR, but also just to help people, because every day we've talked about more people are getting onboarded to crypto on a daily basis, and people will hear Celsius, right? Because it's more of the mainstream, VC funded, thing out there, and think it's an intelligent thing or not a risky play because it's associated with legacy, right? But at the same times, it is tremendously risky to have that counterparty risk where you don't have access to your shit. Like, that's not good. It's not healthy. That's I like reading through the different white papers that I've been reading through, because then you get to see what is actually taking place in crypto. You get to see how many protocols there are out there that are just utter crap. If anybody was around back in 1998, 1999, and 2000, if you have .com, right, sam.com, grc.com, anything.com, you can just write yourself a check from VC, because there was and even the public markets, there was people that were going public with .coms that didn't have any business plan or way, like path, like roadmap to make money. And we're seeing the same thing today, right? Where a lot of this stuff is going to go away. So much of this crap coin don't provide any utility to the marketplace are going to go away. I know people believe that there's going to be more and more of this stuff that just, the stuff that doesn't provide utility, but in the long run, like, that stuff's going to get weeded out, and that people are going to go into other stuff where there is a lot more value provided, because there's so much money just being printed today in crypto, because you can come out with anything and you can still walk away with $2 million, even if you're literally like, hey guys, I'm coming out with this coin, it's called rug pull, and I'm going to steal all your money. And people are like, this is hilarious, and they will literally give you money, and
they'll think that they can front run. They'll think that they can front run you
or something, right? Like, it's literally called rug pull, bro. I told you, and there's people would still put their money into it.
But real quick,
to
be honest, I had some money in Celsius because I trusted YouTube BTC Kyle. Wasn't much of my portfolio. I was out when Cell token started dumping. Yeah, the negative press was enough for me early on to know, like, there's a lot of actual negative press about this. So I was kind of just like out at that point. But again, I bought Polkadot, and Polkadot had the same fate. So remember, guys, Polkadot's great, right? Come on. It's
wait. Explain that to me. Why you think Polkadot's?
No, but I'm saying, like, any advanced DeFi user would say Polkadot's great. Like, they love the code, like it's going to be great. It does the future technology, blah, 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 blah. But what do we always talk about here? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. If Bitcoin goes down, altcoins go down harder. Period. Don't care how they work. Don't care what they do. Don't care about the code. Simple. That's why I moved most of my money out of altcoins into USDC, because fuck that. I don't like that. But you do it in a way where you never, if you close out a position 100%, that's not always the smartest move. I have done that up to this point because Hex to me is so good. So good. So good. So I'm like, but again, I wouldn't recommend that. If you have more money than I do, I would recommend like always keeping a little bit left, because, maybe one day Cell will go to the moon and I'll be pissed off. Probably not. I mean, probably not. Probably won't outperform Hex. So, like, it's hard for me to even say that. There's another 5-minute
It can go
video.
to the depths of hell. It can go to the depths of hell. It's just a bunch of red candles as it dies. But sorry, go ahead.
Terra Luna. Dude,
the
we've
video.
watched all this stuff happen.
Oh.
Terra Luna, dude. Like everything, bro. We've been watching this daily. It's gonna be so awesome in 10 years when we're like talking about all these cool things that happened, and like we're sitting there on our freaking yachts and we're just like, dude, all that wild stuff happened. We were in the trenches, bro.
Do you know anything about USDD?
No.
Does anybody? Okay, we can touch on this after this. I think it's associated with a Tron, and it's a stable coin. And guess what? It's depegging. But we can get into it afterwards.
So well, after our takes on this video, this will kind of wrap up our Cell talk. This is kind of like a layman's basic. This dude is a Cell user, I think. And fortunately, real quick, fortunately for Cell users, they have automatic diamond hands because they cannot sell their shit. So super diamond handed, this guy. But
when was this video released? Just to give people context.
Just like yesterday or something. I can't remember. Bullish, I'll have to let me know when he's.
Can you put that into the comments?
Well, the week has barely got going, and it's another nasty one, I'm afraid, folks. If you haven't already looked at the markets or your portfolios today, may I advise you not to do so. You won't like what you see. So on top of all the lousy macro news that's been floating around, we also have a crypto-specific reason for the latest sell-off, and its name is Celsius. Now, chances are you're familiar with Celsius. It's a centralized lending and borrowing platform that's been around since 2017, and it works like this. Users deposit crypto assets on the Celsius platform and earn decent rates of interest on them, or they can use them as collateral for loans. Now, if they choose, they can also buy Celsius's native Cell token, which gives them access to higher interest tiers and better borrowing rates, among other things. And for context, Celsius's main competitors in its field are Nexo and BlockFi, and they both work in a similar way. Now, behind the scenes, Celsius takes these user deposits and loans them out to other entities, so institutions, crypto exchanges, DeFi protocols, etc., at higher rates of interest than it offers its users. Celsius then pockets the difference between what it receives in interest from those it lends to and what it pays out to its users. Now, back in May, Celsius had $12 billion in assets under management and around 1.7 million users. Both figures, especially the first one, are being revised rapidly downwards as we speak. So early on Monday morning, Celsius released a statement which said, quote, "Due to extreme market conditions today, we are announcing that Celsius is pausing all withdrawals, swap, and transfers between accounts. We're taking this action today to put Celsius in a better position to honor over time its withdrawal obligations."
I love being right.
Now, I'll leave a link to the full statement in the video description if you want to read it later.
How does Celsius survive with everybody talking shit about them, right? Like, we're not necessarily talking shit, but just like showing the truth. Like this dude, you, I, people on Twitter, but there's probably 1,000 other YouTube channels that are like, hey guys, Celsius is not a good idea to put your money there. Like you should put your money somewhere else. And how you have this 1.7 number I've seen, 1.7 million users. I see that declining faster and faster, and they're going to be a continue if they survive. I don't think they will survive. I don't think they're going to survive because you're going to have people perpetually pulling their money out as we continue to talk about them. People like this dude are talking about them, and other people talk about them. People are going to pull the money out of the system, and the system's going to collapse. Plus, you're in a bear market, right? Like, I don't know. I don't see them lasting very long, but go ahead and play this. I don't know if you have any thoughts on that, but right? I don't see them surviving.
Great. No, this is great. Let's keep going.
So, as you can imagine, this has caused turmoil in the crypto market and panic in the Celsius community. Now, at this point, I'd normally quote you the BTC and ETH prices for a bit of context, but well, take a look yourselves if you dare. And needless to say, the Cell token itself is in freefall. So essentially, Celsius is facing a liquidity crisis. As the market has declined over the past few weeks, users have been withdrawing their funds, either to self-custody them or to sell them. Now, the problem for Celsius is that not all of its assets are readily to hand. It has a lot of staked ETH, ST ETH, that it can't liquidate without incurring large haircuts. And the value of this staked ETH has also declined because investors are worried that Ethereum's merge is going to be delayed. This is because the difficulty bomb was pushed back by a few months. Now, this has caused many to speculate that Celsius wouldn't be able to honor withdrawal requests from its users, which only made more users request more withdrawals. In other words, a bank run.
What do you mean the bank is out of money? Insolvent? You only have enough cash for the next 3 customers!
Now, rumors that Celsius could be in trouble have been floating around for a few days now, despite co-founder Alex Majinsky insisting all was well. And this became harder to believe when it became clear that Celsius was transferring large amounts of BTC and ETH to exchanges like FTX. Now, there's also the fact that Celsius has incurred some big losses over the past year. It was exposed to terror, yep, there's the T word, and also lost money in the Badger DAO hack and the Stakehound fiasco. So its war chest will have been looking pretty bare even before the last few days.
That's a good point.
Now, the fact that Celsius...
right there. So that, yeah, I was going to mention that point too, guys. So like in general, all of these centralized protocols that interacted with USD,
Terra.
With Terra Luna, with UST, which they all did. That's when you see the price chart got nuked the first time. And then their troubles started to show because they had a big chunk, 30%, 20%, whatever it was, because they were giving that shit out like candy. You know what I mean? So that's what, and then it showed their cards, and now they're like, fuck.
And like you said, this is going to be a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't this the second time they've halted withdrawals that we just in the last 2 months or month and a half, right? Because they did it a month and a half ago, probably shortly after the USD Terra thing, right? Do you remember when that was? Because we talked about it once. It was a number of weeks ago, probably similar to when the Terra stuff was happening,
yeah.
which caused, I'm sure, an exodus of users. You have this thing that took place, right? An exodus of users, people who want to transfer into cash or USDC type thing and try to hold some of their value, assuming USDC stays around. Right. We don't know. And the exodus of users, what are they doing? They're pulling cash out of the system perpetually. They're just pulling this cash out of the system. We have something very fresh in our minds. The collapse of Tether. I'm sorry, the collapse of Tether. The collapse of Terra, UST. Everybody's got that fresh on their minds. We know.
We watched it.
We watched it. We covered it multiple times.
Every day that it has occurring, we covered it. It was like really easy to cover because there was so much press on Twitter and everything, and it was and you know. Daquan did just what Alex Mashinsky did. He lied to your face with a smile on his face while Richard told you that they were doing that. Literally. A year before, while the things were mooning. I mean, and I always give Richard props because for fuck's sake, dude, saved my shit. Like, help me big time.
It's just, they have the losses from the Terra thing. They have an exodus of users they're going to have a boatload of more bad press that continues to come out over the next several weeks here. It is not looking good. That was one of the reasons why I wanted to make the video this morning that should be out today in about an hour after the show ends about Celsius collapsing. Like, I could see them collapse. I wouldn't be slightly surprised if they do. So let's get back into this guy's video.
Has now suspended withdrawals entirely hardly inspires confidence that it has the necessary funds to hand. But for now, all we can do is hope that it can manage to liquidate enough capital to meet its obligations to users. In this context, it's kind of easy to see why the market is hemorrhaging on this news. And as happens in crypto at times like this, many are now turning their guns on Celsius and highlighting its failures as it struggles to survive. As with Terra, it's clear that the structure was not as sound as many assumed it was. But this isn't just a case of greenhorn retail investors getting burned by something that all right-thinking pros have avoided. Celsius has heavy institutional backing, including from at least one government pension fund. So lots of smart money is feeling the pinch too. In short, it never rains, but it pours. As inflation and interest rate rises hammer all asset markets, it becomes clear that even some of the big players are overexposed. And it's hard to find any positives in a situation like this. And my main hope right now is that Celsius's users are not left out of pocket. But if you're a regular viewer of this channel,
No show for you, buddy.
Yes. The
Mr.
Google,
Script Reader.
the Google Trends chart that I looked at this morning
Hell yeah.
shows a mass exodus of, let me see if I can pull this up real quick. And then I haven't read through the article yet, but the Tron thing is kind of interesting with their stable that is depegging too. I don't know enough about how Tron works or anything to be able to comment on it, but we could take a look. So this is Celsius and Google Trends. Google Trends is the tracker for Google search volume across the world. And this is over the last 7 days worldwide for Celsius on YouTube. Look at this. Massive spike in interest. As soon as their stuff started happening, was probably right there. As soon as this happened at 9 p.m., but if they had the timestamp on when they put out their memo, which was June 12th. I don't know what time it specifically released, but a massive increase. And this is on the Google side, shopping. This is on the web side. You get to see an increase, and it's come down a little bit, but it's still up in here. So I'm curious to see what actually happens over the next couple of weeks with Celsius and that Bitcoin price. I don't know, that Bitcoin price, like everything is following that Bitcoin price. All other altcoins,
Or have they already kind of done it? Like sometimes I feel like, again, I kind of reiterate this from the beginning. Sometimes I feel like those altcoins kind of put pressure down quicker. And they kind of hit that spot where people are like, I'd rather start DCAing. Just like, it just gets to that point where it's like the gains are so life-changing. And people know that. And they know that they might not catch the bottom. Some people go on vacay all the time. Some people aren't like us and they stare at the computer all day long. Like, I can be a little bit more loose with it because I could probably catch the bottom a little closer than like the average Joe that's got kids running around and like shit. You know what I mean? Like I'll be up at 4:30 in the morning checking out hourly candles. Like they're not doing that. But I know, like, for the average user, like it's time. Like even I told my dad this morning, like it's time to start DCAing. Like it's time to start this. And he's like, why wouldn't I wait longer if you think it's going to go to 11K? Because I'm like, you won't catch it. You got to do shit. You don't know how to do any of this stuff. So, you know what I mean? I'm like, what dip are you gonna catch? Like, and that's what I was trying to tell him.
My girlfriend started. She bought her first crypto 2 days ago and started getting into crypto. So she's excited, but I'm excited for her to get in. What a perfect time for her to start putting money into crypto and dollar cost averaging her way over the next. This is easily possible. Could last another 18 months. Of like a flat market, right, where we don't see much happening. This could easily continue for months and months and months. We might be optimistic and think it could happen faster, but it could. If you look at the chart, if you look at the Bitcoin chart, I think it was from 2017 to 2021 or something like that, right? So it could last a couple of years. Where it doesn't do much in terms of the price on it. We could be going through the exact same thing where we don't see much price action in the broader crypto market at all. Bullish had pulled up a tweet here if you want to take a look at that.
Yeah, so 500 million USDC more to the Tron DAO Reserve. Well done, USDD. USDD, I guess, is the Tron DAO Reserve, like, stablecoin.
USDD. Okay, that's what's breaking peg right now.
Oh wow, so that's happening right now.
Yeah, so yesterday they depegged, and apparently it just got resolved with this.
I'm sure.
Oh.
I'm sure it's a good sticky solution.
Tron reserves have received another 500 million in USDC to defend the peg.
Read
Now
that real
USDT
quick while I address the chat for 1 second, guys. If you have not already, I want you to retweet a couple of things. This was a very nice tweet that I wanted to relive. I wanted to relive Super Hex Win shouting me out. Awesome guy. He's going to come on the show here shortly. I messaged Dollar Cost. I gave him a little gym rat special as far as a DM, and you know me, I'm always in the DM. So I said, hey, I really want you to come on, blah, blah, blah. So hopefully we can get Dollar Cost on here. He's been on here once, but it's been a long time. So, and yeah, so retweet that tweet and then retweet this tweet, and I'll post it again. This one is the one for the show today. This is the Celsius show. We're trying to let you guys know what's going on in real time every single day. If you don't mind supporting me, that would be great by hitting the like, sharing this out, retweeting on Twitter, go on Instagram, follow me and Sam on Twitter, please, because that's all we are doing right now. We're really excited about just covering crypto in every way, shape, and form on the internet, and being the most comprehensive, consistent people on the internet when it comes to people's daily crypto news.
Yes. This is. I'm reading through this Tron article here. US DD depegged. Does it drag Tron down? And this is interesting. Altcoin Buzz talking. I don't know how it actually works, but it sounds like it's similar to Terra in that TRX burning for USDD, which is like similar to the mechanism how Terra and UST was set up. Potentially, right? This from
Jesse mentioned that too at some point. Says Hexacat.
Oh, okay. In terms of
they probably just didn't know what we were listening to at the time, so we probably just missed it.
Okay.
He probably mentioned it because he was talking about why those coins, because we were talking about the Curve Protocol. Amazing episode. Curve Protocol is sweet. I still think that was a great, sneaky little episode we snuck in there. But yeah, so we probably just need to learn more about that. But it sounds along the same lines, maybe even a fork potentially of Liquidity, I would assume. But does anyone know that in the comments? Is that a fork?
For Tron?
Yeah, did they use the same? Oh, I guess. Fuck, my bad.
You meant Terra, I think, right?
Yeah, Terra.
But I don't know. We'll definitely have to dive deeper into that because that's. I
don't know Tron yet.
Yeah, I don't know. I've heard it. I've heard a lot of. I've heard
very
rumblings.
popular.
Yeah, I've definitely heard rumblings about it, but I haven't looked into. it. Looking into this crypto stuff is so fascinating though, because there's so much going on. What do you think about this? Right. So Coinbase, I think it was over the last 24 hours, said that they're cutting their workforce by 18%. Crypto.com
is a fork of ETH.
Oh, it's a whole nother network.
It's a layer one, yeah.
Huh. I did not know that.
Yeah.
What do you think? Coinbase cutting their workforce by nearly 20%. Crypto.com also cutting their workforce. Gemini also cutting their workforce. BlockFi also cutting the workforce. So we have.
This is what I have to say about that. The value, right? $500 million they gave to the UFC to wear their t-shirts. Does that convert when you need $500 million in liquidity? Does that convert, Sam? Which is more important in a DeFi product? Having the name on a shirt? Why does Richard not give an S who sells his stuff? And why does he not sell any stuff? And why does he not do brand deals? Because he would rather have the money for assets. Because this is DeFi. We need liquidity. You know what I mean? So I bet a lot of that, the $500 million and stuff, they wish they had.
That's from crypto.com.
That's what they paid the UFC, like right in the bull market. Totally wrecked. And Richard called it on the head. He said, that's not the type of marketing you need for this. that works. Sam.
I'm loving this bear market. I want bloodshed, Motley. I
No,
want
me and Sam
destruction.
I want it to hurt me. Like I want it to get to
because
the
it
point.
doesn't affect
No,
you.
like I want it to get to the point where like I am like fuck. Like that would be sick somehow.
Right? Like I don't know what that would have to be. Like I would have to like
so close to zero that I think it's never gonna come back. Like
that's what it would have to be. It would have to be so close to like, to a chaotic event like worldwide where you would lose faith in crypto as a whole. But like if you understand what's taking place, like it would take a shitload to try to lose faith in like crypto, right?
There's real crypto, but there's not much real crypto. So it's like Bitcoin, ETH, and Hex, and it's like to me, nothing else is like real crypto right now.
So what do you think about all these like centralized platforms dropping their workforce? Right, we have people who
they over leveraged in the bull market and they need money, so they're like, "Fuck this!" All these people running around. We thought this stuff would be bull market forever. And then it just makes me feel like they're sketched out and they're trying to defend themselves.
But they also have a different data set than we do. Like this is all
shit, yeah.
Crypto.com, Coinbase, Gemini, BlockFi, they all have way more data than we have, right? They have a different point of view than we do.
Wow. So true.
And this has all happened in the last 2 weeks. Are they just mirroring each other's actions? I don't know. I think that they're probably seeing a different data set, and I think we can see some super crazy like things happen over the summer months here where things could get a lot worse. A lot of these are making money from their trading, and if trading drops, then where does the revenue go? In the toilet. And they still have a fixed cost to their labor, right? So they got to, right?
Who's trading altcoins right now? Not as many people. They're running to the door, guys. And this is why these assets are so volatile, because there's misinformation, there's no regulation, and people like me and Sam can figure it out after a while. But like the average person just will not do that because they have lots of shit to do. And it's very information dense. So unless you have a passion for this in particular, you're not going to make it. And you don't need a passion for legacy for your people to fucking put your money in there. Like, you know what I mean?
Yes.
You don't need to worry about your security. Like, I do consultations for people all the time to set up their security now. And because that's all they want. Like, people just want to they just think they're going to get hacked. And you know me, I'm an expert now, basically, because I figured, I did I went through the ringer. Anyway.
You are relative to the general population, even though you may not perceive yourself that way because you're like, damn, I still have so much.
I'm neurotic now.
You still have so much to learn. I got a call yesterday. So my dad doesn't call me very often, right? Like we talk, right? But 97% of the time it's about business or tax shit that I'm excited about. And I share it with him. And he calls me yesterday to talk about crypto. Because I think he's around. Because I've been telling him about it. I think my dad is about ready to get into crypto, and most of the conversation was around the security. Setting up a hardware wallet and the separate computer.
That's a local top signal. My dad did the same thing. We have more pain to go. They need to lose faith. I'm waiting for my dad to start losing faith and texting me like, I knew this was going to zero. I'm like, all right, it's time. Like,
yeah. As soon as that happens, then you're like, no, you're ready.
I'm like, it's time because they don't have the insight to know, so they're going to have to take whatever insight they have, which is just like normal fear and greed index shit. Like they're nervous, so they're going to sell all the shit. Everyone's losing money, but when you're prepared, you are now a VC. It's like you're the guy. Like you just know what you're doing. Like I feel like I know what I'm doing now. I feel like I've been right ever since the day I got into crypto, other than the first few trades I made. Like once I realized what DeFi was, once I realized what software was, like I haven't put my money anywhere where there's a middleman involved.
Apologize. I was looking something up because I think you had just mentioned interest rates or for whatever reason, interest rates have popped into my mind. And I was like, I think there's a Fed meeting coming up relatively soon. And when you look up interest rate hikes, you actually see a bunch of articles that all came up in the last 24 hours here that are talking about that, right? Fed may have to do something it hasn't done since 1994 to tame inflation. Never say never. Wall Street contemplates a shock decision from the Fed, 75 basis point change in the rate this week, 16 hours ago. These are all within the last 24 hours. Fed likely to boost interest rates by 0.75 of a point this week.
So, breaking news real quick. Dude, what the fuck? Dude, this shit's fucking crazy.
This is awesome.
Sell just went up to $1.30
Ooh,
from 30 cents.
that's
So when I was looking at sell this morning, it was 0.33, and it just wicked to $2.06. So can you see what I'm looking at, or have I not pulled it up?
I just pulled it up on the chart here. Can you see this?
Yeah.
Ooh, what?
Let's look at
Now
this. I'm gonna look at this chart real quick, just because.
Yep. Take me down, and I'll put yours.
So if you look here, you see what I'm looking at?
Okay.
So this ginormous green candle, and then this just went red.
Well, bro, if the price quadruples or goes up by 5x, are you going to sell your shit when you see all the craziness that's been happening?
Well,
this is going to allow people to get out. Some people who are paying attention.
Or this is some fucking double rug pull that they're trying to exit scam everyone again. Like, they just play little games within games. Like, this is pretty crazy shit right here. Short squeeze. Yeah, it's more of like a short squeeze situation. Like, they're trying to get extra money out probably. So anyone like me or you that would look at this and get some faith from that and be like, hey, it might do another 2x. It might do another 3x. Maybe I put $5,000 in. Maybe I put $10,000 in. That's all they need, like from everyone, right? Because that's real money. That's real US dollar value. And that's what they're looking for, real US dollar value. Sometimes they're not looking for all that rich inflated paper money that comes in from, UST. Like, they want guys like me to like go to my bank account and like inject
liquidity into the system because they need it badly.
Bad. Exit liquidity. Exactly.
That is some crazy stuff that's happening literally live as we're doing this. That was a good catch. Over a
up
dollar.
255% on the hourly.
What is going on with Celsius? I'm actually tweeting this out right now.
Up 250. Guys, I'm going to, since this is all happening live and I'm like a little excited right now, I am going to recalibrate my shilling for a second. I'm going to take a deep breath. Celsius just did a 256% pump. Probably can't even trade it except them. But that's what I see. That's where I need insight. I fucking need insight right this second. I might have to invite someone. If this person comes on, then whatever.
What? Yeah, because that's interesting.
I need to know more. I need a little more info now because that jump means a lot, and I want to know if it's.
One of the things that I like to do when something is popping instantly is go to Twitter and you go to search sell and then you go to latest. I hope nobody shorted sell token in the last 15 minutes. It went up 600%. That's from this person, Apples. Crypto brutal short squeeze. Okay, so this person's saying they think it's a short squeeze and people are buying sell, which I don't know enough about their protocol because that could be people are having to buy it. I think Cell has to buy sell. I think Celsius has to buy sell to pay dividends to the shareholders. Interesting. I didn't know that was actually taking place. Actually, let me see if I can share this with you and I can go through some of these because this will give us the heartbeat of what's actually happening. These are individuals who are going to Twitter and tweeting about it. This is the water cooler of the web, so to speak, right? These are the people who are getting onto Twitter and sharing what's going on. So can you see this?
Hey, if Jesse, I'll tell you who I messaged because in case they're watching, and I messaged Jesse, Wales, and Motley and Dollar Cost. So if any four of you guys are watching and you have time and would like to join, please go to your DMs on Twitter and I sent you a link for the StreamYard. Dixon, I'll send you one too, but I doubt you're available.
When you thought sell short was going to be like Luna. Celsius Mashinsky vision is in full effect. Shorts are crying now. There's some people in the sell community who are probably think this is bullish, but they don't necessarily.
What are we looking at?
We don't know. We don't.
What are we looking at here?
So this is, if you go to Twitter and you go to search, this is how I like to get some information when something is popping immediately.
Okay.
So you go to Twitter, you search sell, right? The $CEL, and then you go from top to the latest, right? So this will tell you in the last few minutes what is actually taking place. And what we get to see here is the immediacy of what's happening. So something homogeneous open interest variation spotted on sell, whatever this means here, I have no idea. OI increased by 52 times in the last 5 minutes. More than this much was added. Is anyone watching sell? What the hell is going on?
Keep reading this. I like this.
This tells us exactly what's actually going on in people's thoughts.
Go
right?
to top real quick, just so I can see how the timestamps on it.
Well, top is like
I know. But I want to see.
hours.
Yeah, I want to see see if there's anything that's coming up. Like,
so this
go to photos. Go to photos real quick. I want to see if it timestamps or does. Okay, yeah.
This is 18 hours ago.
Yeah, latest. My bad. I wanted to see if.
Yeah, no worries. You're good. Okay, so this person here who is
sell spikes over. This guy looks professional. Sell spikes over $2 after hitting lows of 9 cents on Sunday night. Guys, remember, this is wild. Look at that wick. Look at that.
That's a 22x in like 24 hours or 30 hours or something like that.
I'm just thinking about that little bridge right now. What's that little bridge doing? You know what I mean? Like, oh God, it's so hilarious. This is crazy. Good times. 0930 was quite strong. Sell spot now merged with futures price. I am done with this trade as well. Monster sell pump. Anyone know why? Click on that one real quick.
See if there's
comment. Short squeeze. I guess because they didn't get liquidated. Short squeeze. They're safe for now. They have bought down liquidity price stuff low. Pump group inside info. So what does that tell you right there?
Insider info flowing. I'm sure this is happening.
So we're gonna. I gotta check this price for another 15 minutes or so. So we're gonna definitely stay live, or at least I am for the next 15 minutes. This is pretty cool. Sam, I'm cool with you go through this. This is like minute to minute stuff. So like this is
breaking news.
We should add a segment to the show, Sam, because this. I'm learning as we go about all this stuff too. The way you look at shit. Like the next time we do a sell deep dive, like right before or like right in the middle, we should do a segment where we look at this for 5 or 10 minutes, read the cool ones, and then jump out and start talking about it, because it does give you like some redonkulous insight.
Yes, exactly. You get to see what's actually happening. This shit has to stop. This is just fractures trust, whatever fractures trust is. This is from DeFi Banker. I'm pretty sure Celsius has to buy. So can anybody confirm this? I'm pretty sure Celsius has to buy, sell to pay dividends to their holders. This is the second person we've seen this comment from.
I'll be right back. I got to pee again.
The buy order probably triggered a minimum short squeeze. Can anybody confirm this? Let me retweet this. If anybody's on Twitter, you guys should jump below and can anyone confirm this? Or if you guys want to follow along, jump over to Twitter. There's a link down below and say what's good. You didn't catch the bottom on sell. What the F, loser? In the space of 20 minutes, sell jumped 400% and then dumped 76. This is how you love crypto. So interesting. Holy moly of all short squeezes. So there definitely seems to be a theme. Let's see what the comments here are saying. We got Crypto Games Club, Wild West, yes sir. Hex Deck, you only get to see this once. Hey, we're watching it live here. Exit liquidity, right? That's what I was thinking too. Mashinsky insider probably pumped it to provide liquidity. Mashinsky will sell and insiders will short the peak, probably. Some plebs don't learn. A sad story. Yes, it is. Yes, we will get Mashinsky on and ask him some questions. Three masters and a CIA mole. Okay, cool. Let's get back into the Twitter feed here for a second because I'm curious. I want to know what's going on. If there's a short squeeze. Current price of sell is back down. We went up to $2. They're down to 76.9 cents. Right. So we've gone down from $2.
They got some money, boy. They got a little.
But well, think about this. If this happened and you owned any cell, you'd be like, I'm getting the F out of here. If you were paying attention at that moment, this is so crazy that we were literally talking about it when it actually took place. All right. This absolute insanity.
No, I know. That's the best part. I mean, that's crypto is so fast. It's like an hour in crypto is like 10 hours in legacy. It's like, let's go sell. Which one of you was short sell? Dude, these guys are so sick. These
This person's got 6 million. This is a CNBC crypto trader.
Yeah, he does crypto banter. It's a show. Richard goes on it sometimes and shits on him.
So he's saying that somebody was short, he thinks as well. First,
well, he's just saying like, oh, like, did you short? Wales is actually going to come on to give us some insight on some of this centralized situation because he knows a lot about the inner workings of that. He mentions it a lot. So Wales will be on in a few minutes, guys. I want his insight bad. I want to know as much about this while it's going on, while we're doing this sell episode as I possibly can, because this is cool.
Yesterday, Celsius insolvent. Today, Shell cures cancer. No, I'm just curious. I'm just reading through this to try to understand what is going on because I don't know.
Keep scrolling down. Let me look for it. There it is right there. So go up real quick.
That's true.
Yeah, look at that. So that's while we have been streaming. So we were streaming at, I started looking at this 33 cents this morning. Probably right about there.
Yeah, I was at 30 cents this morning. I looked at it 30 cents.
And since then it went to 250 and then back down. So this is not very healthy. We don't call this healthy price performance in the game. We call this in crypto worlds, this is volatile, and that is bad. That is not good. That means you're getting manipulated. You are being. This is the people that'll message me in like a year and be like, "Oh man, I sold all my stuff for sale and it did a double," and I'm like, "Well, I just know you're lying." You know what I mean? Like you're lying. Like you didn't. I watched it live. It happened for 1 hour. You didn't catch it. Like you weren't there. You didn't know. Like don't tell me you did, because the only people that did were people that have way more insight than me and Sam, and that takes a lot. That takes power, research power.
Crypto weirdo here says, I don't have anything deposited in Celsius in order to own a single cell token. Okay, so look at this. Unpopular opinion. Celsius Network did a good job freezing depositors' assets to save the company within their rights and rules. Everyone depositing should know. Imagine if Terra Luna halted network in time and stopped printing Luna. I don't know if I agree with this person, but it is.
I disagree. That is let's go to Crypto Weirdo and give him a little analysis. See what he's selling. He doesn't even. Fuck this guy. He doesn't know shit.
Yeah, it was in their terms of service, but that doesn't mean.
If you never saw such a great short squeeze live, yeah, dude, we just experienced a real live short squeeze. We're learning at a rapid pace, Sam. We're getting a lot of this dense experience.
It's gone down by 70 cents. I'm sorry, 70%, right? From 250 now it's down to 70 cents. So I think that's around a 70% drop in like the last 6 minutes or so since we've been doing this stream. Absolutely insane.
So there's a lot of people that are going to be hurting, guys. Like again, this went from $8.04 to 33 cents, which isn't like completely uncommon in crypto at all. And then it went straight up another 256% after an event that basically everyone who has Cell lost faith in the Cell system. People might want to use it to get money, but people have lost faith. They're going to try to liquidate this as much as they can, take out as much as they can. Maybe there's a few new investors that just say, fuck it, see what happens. But that's about it. And then they're looking for guys like me that think that they can make 40 grand real quick. on this shit, and that's what that looks like. Like normal guys setting limit orders, getting wrecked. It sucks, but that's just the way it is. Like the way it is in crypto, this is the way it is in legacy. But you have here enough opportunity where you can pay attention and learn these things. It takes a while, yes, but you can actually do it. Crypto graphics in the house, bro. What is up, bro? Been a minute. Good morning, Sam, GRC Bullish, and fam. Hey, Sam, I was pondering something real quick, a little side tangent. What does everyone in the comments think about moving the show up 1 hour? Or you?
To 10 a.m.?
To 11? No, to noon.
Okay, so from like noon till 1.
Just because the people on the other in California just don't get up that early all the time. And some people have different lifestyles. Like some people don't get up at 7. They don't have to. They don't care. They do their best work at night. You know what I mean? Like guys like Gerardo, guys that are computer nerds, like the guys that I wish were watching. Sometimes I wish there was 1 more hour of a buffer so the guys in Cali and the guys in Seattle could watch.
You want to do that for tomorrow and see what we think?
I want to know what these people think in the comments.
Cool. Let us know in the comments tomorrow, Wednesday, if we came on at noon until like 1 or maybe 1:30 in that range. Let us know. What do you think? Hour later would also be better for Europe, right? Why? What time is it in Europe right now?
It just makes it more open-ended on both sides. So in Europe, you're going to be 5 hours ahead.
Yeah, so it's just going to be in the afternoon. I don't know if it'll have much effect over there. But.
Work. I mean, I think that I'm going to play around a little bit. Don't do it. It's already midnight here. I don't get enough sleep. Yeah, see, the Aussies love this show. But we could just do another show too. Or like another, like a couple days a week, we could do something else. 8.
So it's 6:30, 6:22.
See, but you see, a lot of the people that watch this show are from a specific area.
Yeah.
Because they're all in that time zone. They're in that 6:30 time zone because that's 5 hours up. GMT, that's GMT over across the water. So interesting conversations, to say the least. A lot of lazy people who sleep in from Cali. I am one of them. Yeah, no, and I get it too. Like I would sleep in if my brain was like cool with that, probably. Well, my brain don't really like to sleep in too much. Yeah, really crazy stuff. Yes, an hour later. Yeah, I might experiment it with it, guys.
We could try it tomorrow and see what's up.
I hate to switch it up on people. It sucks. But again, like you can watch not live, and you could also catch, the show's only an hour now too. So this is a little side tangent too. Since we took the show down to an hour and a half max, I think that we used to do so much longer that people would have to stay up later anyway. So moving it up and just keeping it tighter would be ideal. Yes, I think I might have to move it up an hour.
So tomorrow, well, you can shoot me a text if you want to do that for tomorrow. But
I think if the
let's
guys
make the decision right now.
Well, I can't make it now because we already have episodes scheduled.
Okay. Oh, somebody's coming on tomorrow.
Yeah, Frosty's coming.
Why don't you give a little bit of preview there, and then I'm probably going to wrap things up here. Yeah. What show do we have scheduled for tomorrow? Are we going to be talking about Revolt tomorrow, or is it going to be covering something else?
I think we're covering Bitcoin nodes, Lightning stuff, and we're going to talk to Frosty. Frosty knows a lot about a lot, so whatever you bring up, he'll be right on. Doesn't care.
Frosty's coming on tomorrow.
I'm pretty sure, yes. Bullish has to confirm that with me. I can't. But oh no, you know what? We're not talking about.
Yeah, he is coming on. We can talk about different nodes and pretty much anything crypto. Guys, like very smart.
He's very smart.
I don't. Oh, he is coming on tomorrow.
Yeah, he is coming on to confirm. And dude's very smart, bro. That guy has a big brain. You guys be able to talk about pretty much any topic. That right now, one of the things he's working on is trying to build this whole decentralized node network. So we can touch on that and then pretty much anything crypto related and go into the story.
Dope. This is going to be awesome. Celsius down to 58 cents. We just captured this real time. A giant liquidity event happened. Whatever that was,
wow.
A short squeeze or whatever just took place. We watched it here live. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Are you staying on for a little while longer?
I'm going to probably message. Since we saw it all live and it already happened, I am going to message Wales right now.
Okay. And I'm going to tell people to jump over to my channel, the video on Celsius, like the deep dive, a tiny bit, a little more structured than what we were talking about. But we're also excited about a lot of things. So if you want to check the deeper dive into Celsius and how I actually believe that they're probably going to go bankrupt, that video will be out shortly. There's also a link down below for Twitter. Say what's good over on Twitter. We can clearly see you can use Twitter to gather information, because normal people will use Twitter and they will tweet about things. So if you have something that's popping up in the ethos of your environment, and you can search that on Twitter and then go to the latest, and it will tell you what people are talking about. So you get to understand kind of like the heartbeat of what people are talking about. Remember, Twitter can also be super big, like hole of garbage, right? In terms of you're just sticking your head into a toilet and there's a lot of people in there that are shitting, right? But like, just be cognizant of that. You can also gather a lot of really good information from there. And with that being said, I'm going to fucking take off.
I'm going to take off too, guys. Crypto in the morning, every single day. We'll talk about the time tomorrow, but for now it's 11 because Frosty confirmed 11. But I'm gonna look at that in the future. I'm also gonna look into doing other streams, guys. Almost 2K subs, guys. 50 left, I think, or like 46. Let's get to 2K subs. Share this out. Instagram, Twitter. It helps me. I notice it, and then I like you more. Do it. I like you lots more, and I'll interact with you. And for all the people that interact with me in my messages that I don't get back to, I'm just gonna say it flat out. Like if I don't know exactly who you are by some way, like it's hard for me just to like answer a bunch of people that there's like no context, because a lot of people send me these very informative things that are very detailed, but I have no idea who they are, and then like I don't know how to take it. So like introduce yourself first would be nice. And if you have any kind of like, if you want me to know that you understand something and know something that maybe I don't, like just make that apparent. If you know that I'm missing something and that you know it, you don't have to, like, I just want to know it. So just say it and let me know instead of like sending me some long thing, because I'm new. I just want to know. I need to know what you know if you actually know more. And if a lot of the people that do message me, they kind of message me because they have insight on some stuff. And so I love that. But again, like I have just random messages from a lot of people, bot accounts, the whole shenanigans. So guys, every single day at 11 a.m. as of right now, Crypto in the Morning, the best, most comprehensive, most consistent crypto show in the world. Sam Stolt, GRC, we are out. DeFi Proof is the GOAT.
You already know what time it is. Crypto in the morning. Crypto in the morning. Crypto in the morning. Waiting on phone. Crypto in the morning. 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 Waiting on phone. Crypto in the morning. Crypto in the morning. Smoking a blunt on my way to the gym. 11 a.m. and I'm already tuned in. Got me some hex and I'm making a stake. Got me some hydro, I'm making it rain. Pay me some maxi and that's just in case. Jim ready to send me to show you the way.